So you run into Connor McDavid today at 3:30 this afternoon, just away from the rink, and he says to you, "What do I do about Ryan Kesler? How do I handle this?" What do you tell him?
Well, first of all, he's not going to say that because I'll tell you, uh, he's dealt with this his whole life. I can give you a firsthand account of that because I did myself also at 13, 14, 18, 21. That's part of the game, and Connor understands that as well as anybody. So, the only difference is now in this series, obviously it's a lot more visible. Everybody's paying attention to it, and more importantly, Kessler's probably one of the best checkers that he's ever played against until this point in time of his career. So, you just, as Connor would tell you, it's part of the game. You can't worry about it. You got to utilize your assets. For Connor, his assets are obviously his hockey sense and his speed and his teammates and line mates. Right now, Draisaitl is playing as well as anybody in the National Hockey League, and everybody is contributing in a positive way. So I don't think that Connor is overly concerned about it because he's dealt with this his whole career.
Would you waste one on him on Kesler if you're a Connor?
No, because listen, Kessler's pretty tough. Plays the game hard. He's physically tough. He's mentally tough. That's not going to get you anywhere. The only way to get under a guy's skin is to capitalize on your opportunities. So whether it's 5-on-5 or if he's got a power play situation like we did last night, the way to get back at checkers is to be successful offensively. So, hey, listen, that's part of the game. Playoffs are hard, and right now the Ducks are as good as anybody. They play hard, and Kessler is the leader of that. Getzlaf plays hard. So, it's a long series, a lot of hockey left, and tonight was just the beginning.
Now, you mentioned you faced it all your life, so I'm curious. Like they talk about the one technique of skate to somebody else and you take away two checkers, whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I mean, how did you generally? I don't know who the most effective guys, whether it was Steve Casper, I don't know when,
Mm-hmm.
but when you're younger, did you have a certain strategy in how you handled it personally?
Well, listen, the game has changed. Back in the day, the Bobby Hulls, the Rocket Richards, and the Gordie Howes, they had what they called shadows. You could skate with a guy, and it doesn't take a whole lot of rocket scientists just to skate with a guy and follow him around. You can't do that anymore because it's called interference, which is thankfully that's in the game now. But for me, if somebody was following me around like a shadow, I would just go stand beside their defenseman, and I'd get in his way and follow him. Now we got two guys out of the play. We're playing 4 against 3, so when you got four Oilers of Coffey's caliber and Curry, Messier, Anderson, it makes the game wide open. So, once you get ahead, if you're up 2-0 or 3-0, they can't shadow you anymore. So that's what we tried to do. In this day and age, the players are more like the guys like a Guy Carbonneau. They cut the angles down, they take away your space. Guys like Bob Gainey, and that's what Kesler does. He's a solid checker. He's as good as there is in the game, and he's demanding. So, but listen, that's part of the game. Hockey's been played like that forever, and it's going to continue. And as you go along here, each game in the playoffs becomes physically more involved. Each night becomes that much harder, and it's hard to play every night. But like I said, this is not new to Connor or Draisaitl. They've faced this a lot in their lives.